Hey everyone, welcome back to Fade to Fact, the channel where movie history meets the unexpected. Today, we're firing up one of the biggest disaster movies of the 1972nd, The Towering Inferno, 1974. And yes, it's every bit as explosive as it sounds. The setup? A brand new 138-story skyscraper in San Francisco, opening night, full of VIPs. But when a hidden spark turns into a raging inferno, it's a race against time. Cue falling elevators, broken water tanks, rooftop rescues, and some serious 70-second suspense. The cast is stacked. Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, Faye Dunaway, William Holden, Fred Astaire, even O.J. Simpson shows up as a security guard. The film snagged 8 Oscar nominations, won 3, and was the highest-grossing movie of 1974. But what you saw on screen was only half the story. Behind the scenes were studio rivalries, dueling A-list egos, real fires, and stunts that nearly went sideways. Oh, and it helped change actual fire codes in the real world. So buckle up and grab a metaphorical fire extinguisher. Here are 20 things you never knew about The Towering Inferno. 1. It was based on 2 different novels and 2 rival studios. Instead of fighting over 2 similar novels about skyscraper fires, Warner Brothers and 20th Century Fox did something rare. They teamed up. The Glass Inferno and The Tower were merged into one screenplay, and both studios co-produced the film. It wasn't just a creative decision, it was a business move to avoid audience burnout and costly competition. The result was a more complex, layered story, blending the strengths of both novels and setting a new precedent for Hollywood cooperation. 2. Paul Newman and Steve McQueen had a credit showdown. With 2 megastars sharing the screen, top billing was a battle. Newman and McQueen wanted their names listed first. The solution? A crisscross title design. Newman first horizontally, McQueen first vertically. That way, neither appeared beneath the other. This compromise preserved egos and avoided further disputes, at least on the title card. Behind the scenes, though, their rivalry shaped everything from script revisions to on-set tension. 3. Steve McQueen demanded equal dialogue time. McQueen didn't just want shared billing, he wanted equal lines. Literally. The screenwriters were told to balance the dialogue between him and Newman. They edited scenes carefully so that each actor had the same amount of speaking time. This ensured neither seemed more important than the other. While it may sound petty, it added a unique rhythm to the film and made the 2 leads feel like true equals on screen. 4. The Tower was fictional, but based on real skyscrapers. The 138-story glass tower was imaginary, but its inspiration came from real buildings like the World Trade Center and John Hancock Center. At the time, public anxiety about high-rise safety was growing. The movie reflected these fears, showing how poor planning and cost-cutting could lead to catastrophe. It wasn't just a thrilling setting, it was a commentary on the risks of modern architecture and overconfidence in new technology. 5. They built a miniature skyscraper and blew it up. To create the fire effects, the team built a massive scale model of the skyscraper. It was over 70 feet tall and included intricate lighting and glasswork. They lit it on fire, blew out windows, and filmed the destruction in slow motion. Everything you see, collapsing structures, blazing floors, was shot practically, with no digital effects. That commitment to realism made the danger feel very real. 6. Paul Newman did his own dangerous stunts. Newman insisted on doing many of his own stunts, including running through flames and dodging debris. In one scene, he suffered minor burns. He felt a stunt double would break the illusion, and wanted the danger to feel authentic. His physical presence helped ground the chaos and gave his character credibility. It was a risky choice, but one that added real tension to the film. 7. Fred Astaire got his first, and only, Oscar nomination. Known for his elegant dance routines, Fred Astaire surprised audiences with a heartfelt, dramatic role. As Harley Claiborne, he played against type a quiet con man with a soft side. His performance earned him his first and only Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Though he didn't win, the recognition was a testament to his range and proved he could shine even without dancing shoes. 8. O.J. Simpson played a hero. No, seriously. Long before his fall from grace, O.J. Simpson played a heroic security officer in the towering Inferno. His character rescued a deaf woman and her cat, making him one of the few unambiguously brave figures in the film. In 1974, Simpson was transitioning into acting, and this role was meant to boost his public image. Watching it today adds an eerie layer of hindsight. 9. The film inspired actual fire safety reforms. The film's terrifying realism made an impression. After its release, several cities reviewed and updated fire codes for high-rises. Firefighters praised its depiction of emergency failures, including faulty wiring and evacuation plans. While not the first disaster movie, it may have had the most real-world impact. Fictional flames sparked real discussions and changes in building safety. 10. A real fire broke out during filming. In a moment of life, imitating art, a real fire broke out on set. Materials meant for controlled burns ignited accidentally. The crew had to evacuate, and firefighters were called in. No one was hurt, but it highlighted how dangerous practical effects can be. Ironically, a film about fire safety nearly turned into a real disaster. 11. William Holden was furious about being upstaged. Despite being a Hollywood veteran, William Holden felt overshadowed by his younger co-stars. Originally expecting a leading role, Holden became frustrated as McQueen and Newman received more screen time and attention. Rumors circulated that he nearly quit the film. While he stayed on, his tension was noticeable, and he reportedly clashed with producers. Holden's performance remained strong, but behind the scenes, the power dynamics were anything but smooth. 12. McQueen trained with real firefighters. To prepare for his role as Chief O'Halloran, McQueen spent time with actual firefighters, learning emergency protocols and command behavior. He took the role seriously, even joining drills to understand the pressure of real-life crisis situations. This training helped his performance feel grounded and authentic. His intensity wasn't just acting, it was informed by hands-on experience with those who risk their lives for real. 13. Irwin Allen directed the action but not the drama. Irwin Allen, known as the Master of Disaster, handled all the action scenes, while director John Guillermin focused on the dramatic moments. This split directing approach was unusual but effective. Allen orchestrated explosions, stunts, and large-scale effects with precision. Guillermin, meanwhile, kept the character relationships believable. Their teamwork gave the film both spectacle and emotional weight, a rare balance in disaster cinema. 14. They created a giant gimbal for the elevator crash. One of the film's most harrowing scenes, the scenic elevator collapse, required a custom-built gimbal. This enormous rig physically tilted the set, simulating a freefall. The actors were strapped in as the structure moved violently, giving the sequence terrifying realism. Combined with miniature effects and clever editing, the scene became a standout moment. It's a brilliant example of practical ingenuity before the digital era. 15. The film cost $14 million, huge for the time. At $14 million, The Towering Inferno was one of the most expensive films of its time. Sets, effects, stunts, and high-profile stars all added to the cost. But the gamble paid off. It earned over $100 million worldwide, becoming the year's top-grossing film. It showed that audiences were willing to flock to large-scale spectacle, especially when it delivered both thrills and stars. 16. The helicopter scene was real and risky. That tense rooftop helicopter rescue, it was done with real choppers and actors, no green screen. Strong winds during filming made the sequence even more dangerous. Safety crews and FAA officials were on standby. One misstep could have been deadly. The realism paid off, though the scene is still one of the film's most heart-pounding moments, precisely because the danger was very real. 17. It was nominated for Best Picture. Despite being a genre film, The Towering Inferno was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, a rare feat for a disaster movie. While it lost to The Godfather Part 2, the nomination itself was huge. It showed that even spectacle-driven films could earn critical respect. The movie also won 3 Oscars, including Best Cinematography. Not bad for a film where half the cast is on fire. 18. McQueen used the film to boost his real-life image. McQueen saw his role as a way to reshape his public persona. Known for rebellious, loner roles, he played a selfless, authoritative fire chief here. He even donated part of his salary to firefighter charities after the film. It worked. Audiences saw a new side of him. The movie let him be both action hero and moral leader, helping him redefine his legacy in Hollywood. 19. The theme song was by John Williams. Yes, the iconic John Williams composed the music. While not as well known as his later scores, Jaws, Star Wars, E.T., his work on Inferno gave the film grandeur and tension. The music helped elevate emotional moments and made the chaos feel operatic. For Williams, it was another step toward becoming the defining composer of blockbuster cinema. 20. It kicked off a Hollywood disaster boom. After the towering Inferno, studios rushed to make their own disaster epics. Earthquake, Airport, 2075, and The Hindenburg followed quickly. The film set the template: big cast, massive crisis, and practical effects. For a time, disaster movies ruled the box office. Inferno didn't just succeed, it ignited a whole subgenre that defined mid-70-second Hollywood spectacle. Even after 50 years, the towering Inferno still holds up not just as a thrilling disaster movie, but as a warning. It mixed spectacle with substance and gave Hollywood a wake-up call. When you rush to build big, don't forget the basics, like safety. Its impact went beyond box office success. The movie sparked new discussions about building codes, emergency planning, and how far studios will go to entertain and sometimes endanger their cast and crew. It also helped launch a whole era of disaster blockbusters. For a few years, Hollywood was obsessed with earthquakes, plane crashes, and burning ships. But the towering Inferno lit the match and burned brightest. Thanks for watching Fade to Fact. If you like this fiery deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. What disaster movie should we uncover next? Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and always check where the nearest fire exit is.